tell you, the way I see this, Trey Gowdy's continuing to destroy her here. During the break that just happened, it wouldn't have mattered if we'd have gypped it, you still wouldn't have heard it, so don't complain. He is really zeroing in on the fact that Chris Stevens could not reach her, but that anybody else could. Blumenthal could reach her. The Libyans who were short of diesel fuel, who were short of milk, Libyan people who were in trouble, they were able to directly reach Mrs. Clinton. In some cases, she responded in as short a time as 4 minutes. Chris Stevens, security requests, increased security to help out on the ground, she claims she didn't get. Gowdy wants to know why he couldn't get to her. Hillary maintained that he never made security requests to her, that the requests were made instead to State Department security officials, and that she never got any requests for additional security from Ambassador Stevens. That those kinds of things are not raised with her. Gowdy said two different things, Mrs. Clinton. I'm sorry. The point is not what here and who there. The point is why some people can reach you and why others can't. And why can somebody who doesn't work for the State Department, who wants to insult administration officials and make silly political comments like Sidney Blumenthal, reach you anytime he wants when he's not even a government employee, and your own ambassador can't? Mr. Gowdy, as I've explained countless times to serious questions from other... You just don't understand what's going on, Mr. Gowdy. I don't think you'll ever understand how things work in the State Department. And he's not deterred by her attempts. Anyway, we'll have, I'm sure, that and whatever else happens today tomorrow. But here is the way the morning session ended. The fireworks between Gowdy and Cummings. This is Elijah Cummings in Maryland, who had to go in and try to distract everybody and create some noise because it was obvious that Gowdy was scoring.
These facts directly contradict the statements you made on national television this last Sunday.
No, sir. With all due respect, they do not. We just heard email after email after email about Libya and Benghazi that Sidney Blumenthal sent to the Secretary of State. I don't care if he sent it by Morse code, carrier pigeon, smoke signals. The fact that he happened to send it by email is irrelevant. What is relevant is that he was sending information to the Secretary of State. That is what's relevant. Now, with respect to the subpoena, if he'd bothered to answer the telephone calls of our committee, he wouldn't have needed a subpoena.
Would the gentleman yield?
I'll be happy to, but you need to make sure the entire record is correct, Mr. Cummings.
And that's exactly what I want to do.
Well, then go ahead.
I'm about to tell you. I move that we put into the record the entire transcript of Sidney Blumenthal. We're going to release the emails. Let's do the transcript. That way the world can see it.
Well, we didn't.
Motion has been seconded.
Well, we're not going to take that up at a hearing. We'll take that up in a business
I've consulted
meeting
with the parliamentarian, and they have informed us that we have a right to a recorded vote on that motion. We want,
I'll tell you what, let's do that.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Well, that's what we want to have. Let the world see it.
Why is it that you only want Mr. Blumenthal's transcript released? Why don't you want the survivors? All of them released. The survivors, even their names?
Let me tell you something. No,
you want that released?
Let me tell you something. Right now,
the only one you've asked for is Sidney Blumenthal. That's the only one you've asked for. That and Miss Mills.
That's not true.
No, that's 2 out of 54. Now, if you want to ask for some fact witnesses,
we asked for a recorded vote on the Blumenthal. You said from the beginning we want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Why don't we just put the entire transcript out there and let the world see it? What do you have to hide?
These are the only emails that you have released. And the fairness to Mr. Blumenthal and to the American people, in the interest of a complete record, if you're going to release his emails, release his transcript where he has a chance to give the context of those emails.
Well, you keep referring to Blumenthal emails. I would hasten to remind both of you, the only reason we have Blumenthal emails is because he emailed the Secretary of State. Those are her emails. That's why they